Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Today, we've been looking at all three of the candidates in the SNP leadership race. I've done Humza Yousaf, I've done Kate Forbes, and now I'm going to do the third and last, Ash Reagan. And I say last because most definitely going to be last. Ash Reagan cannot get support. For some reason, nobody in the party, with one exception, wants to back her and give her any kind of support. And it's quite telling who the one person who's backing her is. We shall have a look at that and ask why nobody wants Ash Reagan to be the leader, except Ash Reagan. Let's look at this. And this, of course, is why I said she'll come last. No prominent backers appear for Ash Reagan, despite claims of endorsements would arrive by this week. And, of course, none have. Well, one has. The rank outsider to become First Minister has only received the public backing of one serving politician, Joanna Cherry, amid struggles to get her campaign going. She's seen, if anything, even more toxic than Humza Yousaf. How is this possible? He's a man who's failed everything he's done. She has taken a moral stance with regards to the gender bill and was highly praised for it. And yet she cannot get a single backing, bar, like I say, the one, Joanna Cherry. Now, before we get into this article, I will point out that Joanna Cherry backing her isn't actually that much of an endorsement. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Joanna Cherry. Well, other than, obviously, the usual things, being an SNP and all this. But why has Joanna Cherry chosen Ash Reagan over Kate Forbes or Humza Yousaf? Well, I'm going to suggest, I don't know if it's right or not, it's only my reading of it, so I could be wrong, but I'm going to suggest it's because Joanna Cherry is a lesbian. And Kate Forbes has come out and said she would have actively voted against gay marriage. She, because of her religion, is actually anti-gay. Humza Yousaf himself deliberately avoided the vote because he doesn't want to upset his religion and the people who he goes to a mosque with, so he deliberately, abstained from the vote. So Joanna Cherry is looking at the three people who are possibly going to lead the party, saying one actively dislikes gay people, one probably actively dislikes them, but simply abstained as opposed to vote against. And then there's Ash Reagan, who nobody knows whether she's pro or against gay people, but she hasn't actively come out and stated anything against gay people. And so if you're backing someone because they haven't said something, or if you're backing them because you don't know their stance on gay people, that's not really the basis of a good leadership campaign. And so Joanna Cherry is the only one to have come out and backed Ash Reagan. Which goes to show that Ash Reagan is seen as more toxic than Humza, is more toxic than Kate Forbes, despite what Kate Forbes has said. So really we are talking about a two-horse race. There's only a couple of weeks to go before the vote. It's on the 13th, we're on the 6th today. So it's 1 week till the vote, and then another week or so before it's all tallied. It isn't looking good for these people. It isn't looking good for any of them. Because none of them have got an outright lead yet. None of them can command even 30% of the popular vote. It's going to be right down to the wire. Ultimately, it'll be down to the members, and it's will the members go for Ash Reagan. But given how few people higher level within the party are backing her, I think even the party members will see she would find it hard to coalesce the party around her and could not be an effective leader. So it is effectively down between Humza Yousaf and Kate Forbes, which is really no choice whatsoever, is it? But anyway, getting into it now. Ash Reagan's campaign to be the First Minister has yet to get off the starting line 1 week before the vote, as she struggles to attract big names to support her amid an attempt to wrestle her away into the limelight afforded the two main contenders in Humza Yousaf and Kate Forbes. Outspoken Edinburgh South West MP Joanna Cherry is currently listed as her only backer, who is a serving politician who at either Holyrood or Westminster. When one of her advisers were asked about this at Miss Reagan's campaign launch last Friday, he claimed that we'd see a number of public endorsements over the next few days. And we're sitting here today and there's been none. However, a week later, Miss Cherry is still only prominent backer that has publicly come out in support of her, although Alba Party leader Alex Salmond and pro-independence blogger Craig Murray have both backed her. But that's no use whatsoever. One of the leadership contenders, Mr Yousaf, is massively out in front in terms of MP and MSP endorsements. At the latest count, he's been backed by 23 MSPs and 13 MPs, including some big hitters, like former Westminster leader Ian Blackford, well, he's certainly big, not so much a hitter, and Deputy Leader Mary Black. But of course, Blackford may miss the vote if Greggs is open. The Health Secretary is also favoured by Glasgow City Council Susan Aitken and Lovey actor Alan Cumming, while he's placed as the Peter Murrell Nicola Sturgeon continuity candidate. Yes, the glove puppet. Miss Forbes has been endorsed by 10 MSPs and 2 MPs, who are mostly backbenchers, including Colin Beattie, Christine Graham and Fergus Ewing. Her most notable backer is the Business Minister Ivan McKee, while Tycoon Jim McColl and SNP grandee Alex Neil have also offered their support. But nobody is going for Ash Reagan, a woman who said that every single vote must be seen through the lens of independence. The people of Scotland don't want everything to be seen through the lens of independence. They want an NHS that works. They want a transport infrastructure that works. They want an economy that is growing and creating jobs and letting wealth filter to the people of Scotland. They do not want everything to be driven by one single issue. And unfortunately, with Ash Reagan, everything is driven by that one single issue. And that is why she is finding it very hard to drum up support. There's also the fact that she's seen as being rather inexperienced and that she's never really held a senior portfolio. Hamza Yousaf has held 3 senior portfolios, and all 3 of them, of course, have been disastrous. And Kate Forbes is the finance secretary. And of course, as we all know, the finances of Scotland are in good shape. They're in great shape right now. Oh no, wait, it's the other thing, isn't it? But at least they may be doing their job appallingly badly, these two. But they at least have senior jobs. She has never had a senior position, so it's probably always going to be the third party, the least likely to get it. Definitely an outsider from day one. But as there was only 3 candidates, you might have thought she may have had a chance. But I think it's basically all over. If she wanted to maintain her dignity, she would announce that she's withdrawing from the race, like today. Probably, and I actually think that she will admit the game's up, and she will withdraw probably by Wednesday. I think if she doesn't get any sort of senior backers by close of play tonight, tomorrow will be a day of concentrating the mind wonderfully, and then announcing on Wednesday morning that she's withdrawing from the race. I suspect, but she can't get backers, and like I say, nobody really wants her policy of everything being the one single issue. Although the infighting at the moment within the SNP, you don't know what might happen. But there she is, standing by the pool, watching as her campaign sinks. So well done, love. I'll come up and we'll round off the video. So there you are, 3 candidates looked at today. You have to make your mind up as to which one you really want. And we all know you don't want any. They say, of course, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll them in glitter. And today we've presented the 3 glittery turds, of which the SNP membership will have to pick one. I don't think they'll pick Ash Reagan. I think that's the first glittery turd that will leave us. I think the other 2 will go through. As Stalin said, though, it's not who votes that counts. It's who counts the votes that counts. And I think that the vote, the campaign, the actual counting of the votes and everything must be clear and open. I've heard rumours of sort of deals and stitch-ups going through already. And we want to make sure that we get the right glittery turd. I've said it before that of these three candidates, it's immaterial really. It does not matter which of them wins, because whichever one of them wins, Scotland loses. The only important thing is we get the biggest loser to win, so that at the next election the SNP are completely wiped out, and whichever government that follows, of whichever flavour, it can begin the job of repairing all the damage that the SNP has caused. And so let's hope that they do pick the biggest glittery turd to lead Scotland for the next sort of 2 years or so. And then we'll laugh all the way until that election. I will certainly be following each and every one of them. But we haven't finished with these people yet. So thank you very much for listening. Do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll follow the story, we'll follow the campaign, and we'll keep these people in mind. Do hit the bell as well so you get a notice of my next output. Leave a like, leave a comment, please share this video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. For God's sake, don't trust any of these buggers because they're all lying bastards. And goodbye.